is a leader? A leader is a group member who directs and coordinates tasks relevant to group activities. To be considered a leader, the individual must either be appointed by an agent organization of which the group is part, be elected by a group, or be identified as most influential member of the group. Functional leadership theory is a particularly useful theory for understanding specific leader behaviors expected to contribute to the organizational or unit effectiveness. This theory argues that the leader's main job is to see that whatever is necessary to group needs is taken care of. Functional leadership theory is a model that concentrates on how leadership occurs rather than focusing on who does the leading. It defines the types of behaviors that uh, guide an organization and then looks at how those behaviors occur. Under this model, leadership is a distributed function. People at all levels can participate in guiding the organization. One of the cornerstones of this leadership model is to focus on how instead of who. Functional leadership is often used to describe job positions where an individual is expected to take leadership responsibility without any delegate authority. These functions include environmental monitoring, organizing subordinate activities, teaching and coaching subordinates, motivating others, and participating in the group's work. Focus of the theory. In the functional leadership model, leadership doesn't rest with one person but rests on a set of behaviors by the group that gets things done. The functional theory of leadership places greater emphasis on how an organization or tasks is being led rather than who has been formally assigned the leadership role. To be effective, the group must clearly establish and understand the task, delegate responsibilities, identify resources, and establish accountabilities and evaluate progress. The maintenance of the group requires all participants to work together in a coordinated approach and the same direction, with opportunities and recognition of all participant efforts. Position of a leader. The functional theory of leadership puts the leader into position to assign tasks to his followers with clear instructions not only that, but also participate in the daily activities of the organization or group to achieve the desired goals so as to register success as a leader.
Furthermore, he can also use his power as a leader to control rewards and sanctions to group members who are competitive and the degree to which he will be supported by the organization or the group. The powerful leader may be able to influence the group even if the leader-follower relationship are poor. The more powerful the leadership position, the more favorable the situation of the leader. The history of transformational leadership. The concept of transformational leadership was initially introduced by leadership expert and professional and presidential biographer James McGrath Burns. According to Burns, transformational leadership can be seen when leaders and followers make each other to advance to higher level of moral and motivation. Transformational leaders are able to inspire followers to change expectations, perceptions, and motivation to work towards common goals. According to the researcher Bernard Bass, transformational leadership can be defined based on the impact that it has on the followers, which is trust, respect, and admiration from their followers. The components of transformational leadership. Intellectual stimulation. Transformational leaders not only change the status quo, they also encourage creativity among followers. The leader encourages followers to explore new ways of doing things and new opportunities to learn. Individualized consideration. Transformational leadership also involves offering support and encouragement to individual followers. In order to foster supportive relationships, transformational leaders keep lines of communication open so that followers feel free to share ideas and so that leaders can offer direct recognition of the unique contributors of each follower. Inspirational motivation. Transformational leaders have a clear vision that they are able to articulate to followers. These leaders are also able to help followers experience the same passion and motivation to fulfill these goals. Idealized influence. The transformational leaders serve as a role model for followers because followers trust and respect the leader. They emulate the individual and internalize his or her ideals. Observations. In the classic text, Transformational Leadership authors Bass and Reggio Explain transformational leaders are those who stimulate and inspire followers to both achieve extraordinary outcomes and in the process develop their own leadership capacity. Transformational leaders help followers grow and develop into leaders by responding to individual followers' needs, by empowering them, and by aligning the objectives and goals of the individual followers, the leader, the group, and the larger organization.
Researchers have found that this style of leadership can have a positive effect on the group. The reason is that transformational leaders believe that their followers can do their best, leading members of the group to feel inspired and empowered. You could criticize the lack of qualitative and quantitative studies relating to arousal of motives or emotions, increased self-efficiency or optimism, modification of beliefs about reward contingencies, and increased task commitment. Oprah Winfrey is a good example of transformational leaders. Her characteristics of transformational leader are create shared vision, provide motivation, be inspirational, influential, focus on overcoming obstacles, demonstrate and promote integrity, develop potential, serve as a mentor, serve as empowerment enablers.